Much of Danish culture is predicated on trust. Danes are some of the most trusting people you'll ever meet. But where does that come from? And how does it extend to their relationship with the news? We decided to ask around to find out.
My name is Tina Nielsen, and I'm Danish.
My name is Michael Girl.
My name is Joanna.
My name is Gustav.
My name is Catherine.
I read a lot of news. I've started to read less news, but I read the news several times every day, and I normally focus on politics.
Ones that I look at these days are Politiken, for example, but also the huge Danish media houses that traditionally are state-owned, Danmarks Radio, TV2, and stuff like that.
Oh, I get most of my news from TV and from the radio.
Probably the older generations would maybe read like real newspapers.
Okay, yes.
But that would be like my parents' parents.
I'm on Facebook, but it's mainly just to see when it's people's birthday. Yeah. So no, I don't get my news there. No.
Do a lot of younger people use social media for their news more?
Yeah. I do it to look for sources, maybe people who can say something about anything, but I don't trust news absolutely.
I think my primary source is like the public service media, DR from Denmark, where I have their app and get the news, or alternatively from like television.
I think that one of the most important things that we can do as academians these days are to be critical. And to be critical means that you need to take a stand on where you get your news from. So yes, I chose the news sources that I'm using because they're critical.
I focus a lot on credibility. Yeah. So whether I trust the media that I'm reading.
I think it's like sometimes biased in some way, but not at all close to what it is in the US. I think it's pretty trustworthy.
I read American digital papers as well. I trust them as well.
I've been pretty shocked by how biased US media are. I've been following Fox News now on Instagram actually for 4 months, just out of interest and curiosity. And I think it's been interesting for me to see how biased they are.
In the good old days, it sounds crazy saying it, but the press media was respected and expected to be the fourth state of power. The ones that pointed out when the emperor has no clothing on.
I actually work at TV2 News, so that's my primary source.
Actually, while I was studying, I had a job at a newspaper in Copenhagen. I personally do not trust most of the news I read. That's the reason why I read them, to gain my own opinion on what's happening.
And of course, I mean, the different so-called newspapers in Denmark, they are a little bit biased as well politically, but not to the same extent. And yes, there's news media in Denmark as well that I also wouldn't follow, because I think they're leaning more to the right.
I think we have a lot of fake news, and I think it also means that people don't trust the media as much as earlier, because you have a lot of fake news coming out.
The same people have the power that also controls the media, and I know I'm sound very political here, and I think it's not healthy for that reason.
But still, I think they're doing an overall good job in delivering news in a trustworthy way.
But I'm still idealistic, and I am in education, and I think that I said it to my students more than once. I think that you gotta be the students, the people whose act is still critical are gonna be the world's rarest commodity. It's not gonna be gold or oil or whatever. It's gonna be critical thinking people.